Hey guys, and welcome back to another brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. So a few hours ago, Ben Walk released his newest community transmission. Now this is on the new vehicles that are coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2 with the Geonosis update on November 28th. So there are 3 more vehicles coming. There is the ATTE, the Bark Speeder and the Stap Speeder. So I'm going to start off with the ATTE first, so I will go through each one in depth. It comes with the abilities and how much they cost. So the ATTE will cost no battle points at all, and this is because it is deployed across the battlefront throughout the objective. Geonosis is focused very mainly on the ATTE, and as I said, these will be dropped down and they cost no battle points because you can just jump into them and get out of them as you please. Now guys, the ATTE is off the rails, as we already know, and is the largest off the rails vehicle ever created in the Star Wars Battlefront 2 franchise. Now this means that off the rails basically means that it is not on any set path. You can freely move this around however you please, which is great to hear, and I'm assuming it's only going to fit one person in based on the kind of abilities and the moving, so it will just be like a standard one-man walker, despite it being essentially like a troop transport as well. But basically the abilities are as follows. We've got the laser cannons, which is primary weapons, where the full balls at the front of the walker will fire in an alternate pattern. So I imagine either it'll kind of go top then bottom and so on, just keep repeating that process, but we'll have to wait and see. Now there's also the mass driver cannon, which is the big cannon on top of the ATTE. So using this will transition to siege mode, and I imagine this is kind of where the ATTE will essentially stop in its path and you will not be able to move it. You can only access this main cannon from then on. So this allows the ion charge to be fired. Now the ion charge will be used to disable the hard cell troop transport ships, which I believe is phase 2, where you have to destroy 2 of these. I imagine they'll also be able to kind of deal some heavy damage to other vehicles. I'm not sure, due to it obviously being ion, it will take out their systems. So that should be pretty cool. Now this ion charge uses the sonic charge ammo, which I don't really know how much ammo it will have. It will probably be unlimited. However, that is just what we get talking about. The ATTE will also have tactical support, and this is where nearby enemies will be scanned, and it will provide fellow clone troopers with a refresh of their abilities, very much like the MTT. So they are also a mobile spawn point as well. Now this means that due to it being mobile, it obviously means that the spawn will therefore keep changing as the game progresses. This is as the ATT will either push forward, be destroyed, or even get redeployed. So this should be an ever-changing game mode map, even where the battle is always changing. You'll probably get pushed back several times, but with that mobile spawn point, you will keep getting pushed on and on. Now they do have their weaknesses, however. So whilst they are very resistant to blaster fire, if you get close enough, you will be able to shoot the soft armor plating on the underbelly of the walker, very much like the AT-AT. So do take caution though. If you are the Separatists, you will no doubt be bombarded with blaster fire as people are spawning in and getting close by to that ATTE. Next up we have the Stap, also known as the Single Trooper Aerial Platform. This speeder, as quoted by Ben on the community transmission, has good speed and is very agile, or great agility as he put it. This means that manoeuvring around the battlefront will be a simple task. However, despite its agility and speed, the speeder will not have a lot of health, so again, do take caution when using this. The abilities for the Stap are as follows. So you obviously have the light blaster cannons as the standard weapons. You've got, as most speeders have, is motion scan. This will obviously provide you with a close proximity scan of nearby enemies, meaning obviously they will be revealed to you. You've got heat sink, which means you won't overheat your laser cannons, and laser barrage, which is a rapid fire fast burst of the primary cannons, providing high damage over a short period of time to those who come in your path. So many of these abilities are very similar to most other speeders, but as I will state later, there's not really a lot they can do. Anyway, the stats will cost 150 battle points, as all speeders do. And anyway, moving on to the Bark Speeder. So the Bark Speeder is also known as the Biker Advanced Recon Commando Speeder, which is awesome name. So this is a fast and aggressive, and it will provide useful transport across planets for the clone troopers. A bit of lore. So much like the stat, however, they aren't very durable, which means they'll obviously have low health, and the abilities are exactly the same, meaning it has motion scan, heat sink, and lastly the laser barrage. It will also cost 150 battle points. So I just also want to mention something, that in the Geonosis community transmission we had last week, we saw an image of the homing spider droid. This was obviously a work in progress image, much like you've seen throughout this video and in the transmission itself, but this will however only be part of the living world on Geonosis. However, hopefully it will be available to play in the future, but who knows. I'm hoping that it will, especially when Conquest comes, or the Conquest style mode, I'm hoping the Separatists will be able to use this because, I mean, firstly for transportation across maps, but secondly, just the amount of fun you can have, you know, with vehicle combat using the spider droid, it should be awesome. So I'm hoping it will come to the game. Anyways, guys, that will be it for the community transmission. I'm honestly happy with these new vehicles. As I said, some may complain about the abilities with the speeders being very same as the others, but obviously there's not a lot they can do about that. There's not too much that speeders can really do, apart from provide recon, go quickly, and, you know, shoot as weapons. So there's, as I said, not really a lot they can do, but all of the vehicles look absolutely fantastic, so great job there, DICE. I'm hoping the Bark Speeder and Stab Speeders will be later introduced to the other Clone Wars maps, like Kashyyyk and Naboo, obviously. Not so much Naboo, I can understand if they don't have it there, but it would be awesome still to use. Obviously it won't be in Camino, of course, because there's nowhere really for them to go. And maybe even get the ATTE in the large-scale Conquest mode, as I stated earlier, like the homing spider droid. But anyway, guys, next week we're getting the community transmission on Obi-Wan with details on his abilities, appearances, and maybe a few other things, as quoted by Ben. So it's most likely going to be other things as well. So keep an eye out on that, guys. I will be doing a video on that. So that is all for this one. Let me know what you think of the transmission in the comments below. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.